Johnson Fresh Air Ventilation Systems. This is a typical install for a unit in a modular home by Schiavi Homes. In this case, it's a Maple Leaf home. We have a Fantech SHR 1504. The unit moves about 150 cubic feet of air a minute on high speed, about 65 cubic feet of air a minute on low speed. Every 3 months you need to clean the filters, and I'm going to show you how to maintain the unit. First, you want to clip it from the bottom. We're going to lift up the door. The door sits on a couple of hinges. I usually just like to give it a tap and the door will pop right off. Here we have our heat recovery core. So you have 2 screens on your heat recovery core. One on the top on this side is going to filter anything coming in from the outside. You can see in this case we have a bunch of bugs on here, gnats, mosquitoes. Okay, and then on this side, this is the return from the house. Usually we pick up just dust on here, and actually you can't see much, but there's a fine coating of dust on there. But we want to vacuum in and rinse those under the kitchen sink. The heat recovery core will slide right out, and you'll have some bugs on here you're going to want to clean up. There are channels that go through the core both ways, so we've got inbound air and outbound air crossing, giving up their heat, preheating the incoming air. This particular unit is in the 72 to 75% of the heat is going to be transferred. And your instructions are right on here. Clean the core once a year or as needed. Vacuum the surface of the core, then soak it in warm soapy water for 3 hours. Remove and rinse with water. Let dry completely before replacing the unit. The filters, the electrostatic filters featured in this product should be cleaned 4 times a year. Remove filters, wash in warm soapy water, then rinse and let dry. So your instructions are right on there. And then basically you want to go in here and just make sure the inside of the unit is clean. Any bugs that you have in there, you want to vacuum those up and get that out of there. Just make sure it's generally clean. So when we put the core back in, you want to make sure that you have it upright. Make sure it sits in the channels. You have to line up all 4 of them, and it's easiest to do if you have it perfectly up and down. And what you'll find is if you don't line them up, if you miss the track, it'll slide in kind of hard. But once you get it in the track, it actually slide in nice and easy. So you want to make sure that all 4 tracks actually have it. And these are important because these are going to stop cross-contamination of the airflow. So we're going to take our clean screens. Make sure you go with the finer mesh side facing the airstream. So the airstream in this case is coming in. We're going to slide that right in there. And again, this is the finer screen mesh. And this is the airstream coming in from outside. So we want to slide those back in there. Want to take the door, put that back on the hinge, just line up the 2 pins with the holes, get a little top, clamp it back in. And what you want to do once a year also is on the intake screen on the outside where the air comes into the house. You want to check that screen and also make sure that that's been vacuumed and cleaned. If you clean it with the unit off, the dirt will just fall to the outside. If you clean it while the unit's on, it's actually going to pull it in. You're going to find it in the filters on the inside. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call or go to our website, freshairventilation.net.